Donald Trump is a great salesperson. He really is. He's a great marketer. I put him up there, Donald Trump, then Paris Hilton, then Dennis Rodman. Seriously, I mean, those two below are some of the best marketers I've ever seen in my entire life. And Donald Trump surpassed them. So he's able to market in ways that, you know, surpass and supersede parties. I just don't think parties are the driving force anymore when it comes to businesses and Donald Trump. But that in essence is how Donald Trump has become so successful, because he's able to put out messages and people see in him what they want to see. But it doesn't mean he can execute on them. And that's where we are right now. He's still in the salesmanship stage, and I think now people are starting to ask, all right, it's great to sell it, now can you execute on it? And as it applies to business again, right, in any business, if I'm competing with somebody who's a great salesperson and really gets people excited about their product but never really executes and follows through, then okay, I want that. That's a good thing. The way President Trump is handling things right now is a gift to the Democrats. It's a gift, right? It's not that he doesn't have the right intention. I'm not here to throw him under the bus. I mean, I think there's too much reflexology. Trump sucks, he's a Nazi, he's a fascist. How'd that work in the campaign? It did. That's just the way it is. It was that way in 2016, it was that way in 2020. Right? We didn't get what we expected with Joe Biden in a lot of respects. And it's that way in 2024. And that's a lot of the way it works with presidential races, right? You see what you want to see, but at some point you have to execute. And I think President Trump is overselling. Elon is going to make his job even 1,000 times harder, because Elon doesn't give a shit. He's like, fuck it, I'll be rich no matter what, you know? And so that's making it harder. But you don't, when you look at the people President Trump is choosing for cabinet and other positions, maybe with a few exceptions, but typically you don't say, that is the best person that I would have picked. The fact that you're laughing says it all. And if you don't get the best person to do the job, someone's got to back up all the salesmanship, and there's nobody there to back it up. And so that's why it's a gift, because we can be patient if you don't like what you see in the White House, knowing there's nobody there to truly execute on the vision that Donald Trump has. And again, I'm not here to tell you that everything that he says and does is absolutely wrong. I mean, even a stop clock, right? But you know, he's got to be able to execute on it. There's a lot of things I disagree with him on vehemently, but the real reason that I didn't support him is how he does things. And the opportunity for the Democrats and business people, and you for that matter, is to stand up and look for ways to create calm and order out of chaos.
Another thing you've been talking about a lot recently are all of these crypto coins that you see. I mean, Trump put one out right before his inauguration, and then everybody lost all their money like the day or two after.
Yeah, 800,000 people lost money.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm curious your thoughts. I mean, you've been hitting on Dave Portnoy over at Barstool Sports, did a whole thing about it. I mean, is this a new frontier that we should be embracing? Is it the Wild West? Should people just eat their losses? Or do we need some regulation?
Like any other new technology. There's really good applications that'll turn into something important, and then there's dreck, there's junk. You know, when I started the streaming industry, a company called AudioNet that turned into broadcast.com, back in the internet bubble, right? If you just put up a website, oh my God, it's a website, it's worth $1 billion. And we're kind of gone through that some with crypto. But 2 points, there are applications that are good for crypto, but to get it to be a real industry, there has to be some regulation, right? There's things called stable coins, there's algorithmic stable coins, there should not be algorithmic stable coins, just fiat-backed stable coins. But if you're using crypto to raise money, there should be a registration process. But as somebody who's gone to the SEC.gov site and tried to fill out all the forms to release a token for a company I have called lazy.com. So if you collect NFTs, go to lazy.com. If you want to see my NFTs, lazy.com/mcuban. But who's selling? But there needs to be a way that's designed to fit crypto. And I said this to Gary Gensler. I just happened to run into him at CNBC in the green room. And I'm like, you realize you're going to lose the election for Kamala Harris. And he's like, what? I don't pay attention to politics. I'm like, that's fine, but I just want to tell you, and I truly believe it was crypto that was the difference in winning and losing the election. 245,000 votes in the 7 swing states, and the biggest change in demographics were young people of color, particularly men. Crypto is a unique opportunity because as much as Donald Trump says, yes, Bitcoin, I support it, and I'm hiring people that support it, he really hasn't done anything with it or for it. You know, the SEC has taken some steps back on some cases, but there's no formalization of anything yet. And so there's an opportunity for somebody who really cares about those kids in the bank who are now in the crypto banking system to do something for them. And then there's the junk side of crypto, the meme coins. Let me just tell you something. The only reason a person sells cologne, watches,
Gold
Bibles, what else?
Gold tennis shoes.
Yeah, gold tennis shoes. That, by the way, in the terms of service, somebody sent to me, said, we may not ship these. I only wish they came on Shark Tank. I would have had so much fun with that. But the only reason somebody sells all that shit is because they have to. You know, honestly, I'm the luckiest guy in the world. I mean, my net worth doesn't need to increase. My kids are good, their kids are good, their kids are good, their kids are good, and their kids are good. You know, I don't need to sell gold tennis shoes I might not ship. And if you decide to, it's because you have to. So, but that's a different point. Like I said, Donald Trump can sell. You know, if you gave the Democrats a dollar bill and said you can sell these for 50 cents, they would hire 50 people to decide if they really, to try to figure out how to do it, and then would not know how to sell a dollar bill for 50 cents. If you gave it to Donald Trump and said sell this dollar bill for $2, he'd figure out a way. Right? He'd tell you that $2 bill is huge. It's, it'll get you gold tennis shoes. It'll get you a Trump meme coin. And I said the same thing to the Trump administration and people I know there. I'm happy to come in and help, right? I'm all about the United States of America and the American people first. I don't care about parties. I don't care anything else. If I can help, because that birth rate needs to go up, so I'm here to help. Now all of a sudden, Elon's got to either put up or shut up. You know, do I want to look back and think, okay, I was president? Or do I want to say, okay, I was there when my kids graduated. I made my kids' basketball games. You know, I was there when whatever. You know, that's where I want to be. My money, Elon's money, whoever's money. Look, Elon's got more money than me, but in aggregate, there's more money than Elon has. Because when you read about, when you read about someone being worth $245 billion, he doesn't have $245 billion in cash. You know, I don't even know how much money he has in cash because he's having to raise money for Twitter again. You know, and so who knows? I don't care. But the bottom line is for him to spend $100 million, yeah, he could do that. I could do it. But I'd rather go to events in Wisconsin and support the people and get people out and answer questions. Because, look, like when he was buying votes in Pennsylvania, you only give away $1 million a day because you have to. Because you can't communicate. You know how much money I've given to political candidates in the last 20 years? Zero. Not a penny. Because I can think of 1,000 better things to do with that money to help this country. And I think my time is more valuable to come out and do things like this, or go to Wisconsin, or go wherever. And that's what we can do. You've seen some of the town halls now.
Are we going to see your name on a ballot responding to it?
Hell no, no. No, it's not going to happen. Okay, if y'all write in and I don't have to do it, no, I don't want to be president. If you're Google, Meta, Microsoft, go down, Amazon, if Donald, with one swipe of the pen, Donald Trump can wipe out their businesses. And in artificial intelligence, we don't know for sure if it's going to be a zero-sum game, but if you're trying to win AI, then you can't be excluded. I'm not a Democrat. I'm an independent. I'm not a Republican. I lean right fiscally. I lean a little bit left socially. But I try to be non-dogmatic and be one of those people who say, well, I think for myself. Okay, sometimes I get it right, sometimes I get it wrong.